What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Quarbit, and I'll be your host today for Europa Universalis 4. Welcome to a brand new series I'll be calling Identity Crisis, which is going to be very similar to a campaign that Arumba did 2 years ago called Schizophrenic Sovereignty. Now, very similar to Arumba's campaign, we're going to be picking a different nation every 10 years based off of this little random button down here, and there are very few exceptions for which nations I'm not going to decide to play as. For instance, anyone in the New World in the early game is going to be absolutely useless. And if I just ended up killing a nation and they have like 1 core left and I happen to switch to that tag, I won't play it obviously. But other than that, even nations which are currently in the process of dying, like they're getting invaded by the Ottomans, I'll just keep playing. And one last thing, I'm going to be playing to win as any nation that I'm given, so even if I have to break alliances that I established in the previous nation or any of the ones before that, too bad. We have to play and make sure that this nation is going to be its best. Now, without further ado, let's see what we get. What a great start. Alright, Chichimeca. Probably not the best one in this region because, well, we're one of the 2 animist nations here. And to make it even worse, well, because our religion is animist, we actually have to reform our religion the regular way. I guess that could be a bonus, but it certainly doesn't make this easier for us. I'm probably more likely to just swap us to, like, Nahuatl or something. But keep in mind, we really only have a few years, so we're gonna have to do our best. Now, keep in mind, because our religion is currently animist, we actually don't get any CBs on anyone, and so I will actually have to no CB any given nation. Oh, this is gonna be painful. At least I can grab myself an alliance with Tonella, that'll work. Maybe I can do something with this. Ooh, it looks like our chief has some discipline, although that's not gonna be very useful. Alright, I'm thinking we're gonna grab ourselves a general who's not too great, and we're just gonna go in and no CB, well, someone. Preferably someone who doesn't have any alliances or something. Okay, I think it's decided. I think I'm going to attack this guy. I'm going to 100% him and make him force me to become a Mayan state. Although, I would prefer it to be Nahuatl, but I don't really think that's going to work out this time around. And all we need right now is a CB, so I'll take whatever it gives me, to be honest. I think this bestial would actually be fine without the no CB. Nice, gotta stack wipe this guy. How to find his ally, Yucatan. That might be an issue. We can't really reach there. Well, maybe eventually we'll get through here, but not yet. I'll at least grab the capital first. Right, there we go. I just have to ask for access through this guy, but he doesn't like me very much, so we're gonna fix that. There we go. And onwards we go. Looks like he's just sitting there, so this should be pretty easy. So we'll grab this guy's money, and then this guy's gonna force me to his religion, which should give me CBs on the rest of these guys. Especially him right here, that'll make it a lot easier for us. Alright, there we go. Let's grab this guy's money. I could actually force him to animist, which is kind of funny, but I don't think I will. He can break his alliances though. Give me a bit of prestige and some cash, maybe a rivalry or 2. As for this final piece deal, what we're actually gonna do is go to offer tribute, and force him to force his religion onto us. We're not going to give him anything else, we're going to lose 5 prestige, but that's all we really want. And there we go, now I've become Mayan. It should be relatively easy to convert these things over here. Now that we're Mayan, we get the Maya Confederation CB, which should allow us to start taking some good old land. Of course, we're going to have to convert it, because we're not in a very good position right now. This guy's got a weak claim, but I think I'll take it, that's fine. Alright, I think we're ready to conquer this guy, so let's begin. Ooh, I can get a claim, that's interesting. Sure. Alright, I'm not really sure what to do after this, basically just conquering a bunch of land, and then we're gonna try and convert it as best we can. But after that, well, we don't really get much of a say in what we're doing. I'm just hoping that this guy can survive long enough while having his, different religion. Now, yeah, I'm absolutely aware that it was probably a better move to stay animist for the long run of the game, but considering the whole fact that this guy can't really move anywhere, and he's probably gonna die immediately when the Europeans show up, I thought I'd have a little bit of fun. Alright, I'll be taking this land, thank you very much. I'll be trying to convert all of that to Mayan too. Alright, let's not forget that we do have a gold province here, so before we leave, we should definitely dev that. Yeah, it's mainly gonna be a, you know, sitting here doing nothing simulator for the, for the rest of these 6 years. I think we're just about halfway done our First Nation here, and boy has it been absolutely nothing so far. Hopefully we can have some more fun on the next one. But for now, we'll give this guy missionary strength so he can help to convert all these things. And, well, that's really the best we can do, to be honest. Just turn on our enforced religion there, and then, well, hopefully it works out. Now, what I usually like to do is I usually like to reduce autonomy in a ton of provinces, especially when starting out, so that I can get, well, a lot more money, but I don't think the AI is going to handle that so well. Alright, now let's convert these guys as well. Alright, and now we're in our final year of the First Nation. I think what we're going to do here is end up swapping this once this missionary's done, and we're going to be slapping on the encourage development over here as well, so we can stack up this gold. And hopefully we can just keep stacking back and forth, even though it's super expensive already. Ooh, and a free stab. I think I'll bump that up, actually. Never mind. No, I won't. There we go. Another conversion successful. I think we're going to be swapping this over to encourage development as well. Alright, and with that, we are going to be just about done. Let me just grab one more click in one of these provinces and turn off a couple of edicts. Hopefully. Maybe? Do we have time? Just barely. We can turn off these edicts, and hopefully we can move on to the next nation with a little bit more, well, interesting things going on. We managed to swap religions and convert like 2 provinces after like conquering 2 of them. So, well, it's not a great start. It could be worse, honestly. Alright, let's move on to the next nation. Now, in Paradox's infinite coding wisdom, turns out you cannot select a random nation when trying to load a save game. So, we're gonna have to click this button over here, and, well, here we are with Limbuwan, which we're gonna have to load into the regular game if it still exists. I don't even know, where even is this nation? Over here, I guess. Alright, here we go. Alright, Limbuwan, still looking healthy, no wars, 3 decent alliances. Let's see what we can do with them. I imagine that whole random nation thing's gonna get a lot harder as more tags are eliminated. Alright, Limbuwan, what did you do in your first 10 years? Well, it looks like you allied Guj, Tsang, and U. 2 of which I really think you should have tried to invade by now, but you're the AI, so I'll catch you some slack. We're going to go up to force limit. Looks like we can grab the first tech, which is super useful. That's going to give us a huge advantage. I don't really know how you got all these points either. You didn't tech up in anything else, you didn't take land, and you're making less mill than admin. How are you? Where did your admin go? You also somehow have corruption already? 2 corruption? Did you take out... Huh? You know what, I'm not even going to question it here. Pay that off. We'll take this tech, and we're going to have to figure out what to do with you. Well, you did give us some spy networks, so Kathmandu, we can grab some spicy claims over. Looks like you already grabbed 1, so there we go. So, let's raise the army maintenance, grab a general, and let's get started. I wouldn't mind our king actually dying right now. It looks like our heir is a little bit better, and he has a nice trait. So even if we take a -2 stab, I think I'd be satisfied with that. We're also Vajrayana Faith, which uses the karma system, which I pretty much despise a lot. But because we're not playing a complete campaign, I'll overlook it, I guess. Alright, let's get started. Alright, we've armed ourselves to the teeth, and I think we're ready to invade you. Don't suppose we'll be able to get too much done, but, we'll see. Alright, when it comes to these alliances, I think some of these are gonna have to break just for the sake of progress. It's entirely possible that we might just want to invade U. Of course, a nation like this is pretty much just aiming to form Nepal, so we can at least give that a shot. In fact, we do have claims on this guy, and he wouldn't be so bad. So maybe we can actually just form Nepal. Alright, this guy is done. Time to go to his ally. Oh, this guy doesn't like me. Neither of these guys like me. They're not really going to let me through then, are they? Oh, well this guy will. Close enough. Alright, first reform. Well, I think this one... Well, let's see, what are our states doing? Well, they're not doing much, and they're not doing very well either. Let's go with these guys. Let's go with these guys. Alright, the states are a little bit better now. But yeah, a nation like ours, I'm assuming we're gonna want some manpower, so let's go with that. It's money, but it's not very much, so I'm not gonna grab that. I will grab this half-cost guy, though. Super cheap. We'll wait for that siege to be done, but let's also keep an eye on this guy. He'll be the last nation we need to form Nepal. So this guy, I can't really do much with him, but fortunately he's not needed to form Nepal, so we can just leave him be for now, and that should be good from this guy. Alright, let's grab these. There we go. 2 nice cores to start off with. Ooh, we can also invite a llama to settle in our country. Sure. Alright, I think we're just about ready to declare on this guy. Huge would help, but I'm certain that they have claims on this territory, so if we need them, we'll call them in later. Messenger returns from Tibet. My capital could get -5 development costs for the rest of the game, and that's pretty good. Tolerance of the true faith and yearly legitimacy for the whole game. I'd consider that worth it, to be honest. Kinda odd how this area is considered hills, but this one's mountains. I mean, in my opinion, the whole thing should kinda be mountains, but oh well. As long as it makes my life easier, I don't really care. Alright, we should be able to win this easily. And stack wipe. Or maybe not. No, definitely. Same thing over here, stack wipe, and we're gonna be done. That wasn't so bad. Oh, my heir's gonna die? That sucks. I kind of wanted him to be the king, but oh well. Instead of a 3-2-3, we can get a 4-2-5. We claim, but he is gonna be better. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna be taking that stab. Alright, we're getting ever closer to finishing this up. Well, until we get disease outbreaks, of course. There's one province, and the next one should come up soon. I don't think we're gonna be able to annex any part of this stuff here. Yeah, that's probably a bad idea. This guy, instead, we can humiliate, take his money and war reps, and get rid of his alliances, and that'll be fine with me. And this guy will just take his provinces. There we go, that should be everything we need to form Tibet once they're cored. Sorry, not Tibet, Nepal. Tibet would be this thing. Now, our karma's doing really poorly, and, well, that doesn't really matter much, does it? I'm just gonna keep converting things. Oh, time for new rival as well. 3 of the options are some of my allies, wow. Well, it wouldn't be so bad to try and pick this guy over here, Doti. So might as well. Oh, we can also insult someone. And scornful insult this guy. Just get some more extra power projection. Well, if we have a bunch of money, I guess I can spend that on a couple of these guys then, couldn't I? This guy, and we go with this guy. It'll cost us a bit of money, but we need those power points right now. Wouldn't mind also turning this into a state, to be honest. And hey, there we go. Unification of Nepal. We get some new ambitions, we get the amazing Nepal ideas, and a bit of prestige. Yes, please. So now our Nepali ideas are, well, they're kind of broken, to be honest. But yeah, let's just go over them. So, manpower recovery speed, land force limit modifier to start with. Then we get Diplo reputation, fort defense, national manpower modifier, army tradition, morale of armies, infantry combat ability, leader siege, and discipline at the end. This is almost 100% military focus, except for like 1, which is Diplo rep. It's kind of crazy. We do still have around 5 years left, so that's what we want to do here. Yeah, we also have cores and all this stuff, by the way. It's kind of weird how it's like a weird snake over here, but that's cool, I guess. I guess this is technically a cheaper cost, so I will take that. I think it's pretty obvious at this point that I'm just going to go ahead and invade Doti. Really nothing else to do, so it should be relatively easy. Now let's attack this stack then. Should be able to survive, there we go. Certainly are a lot of men though. I might actually call in an ally. Let's do that. As long as we chase them into stack wipes though, that shouldn't be so hard. Hey Tihut, do you want to leave? No, but they are close. 2 months and they will. Alright, that was a tough fought battle, but in the end we took fewer casualties, which is what you like to see. Alright Tihut, do you want to leave now? No? Weird. Well, I'll just stay on their capital then if they don't mind. Alright, if they want to go to my capital, I'll gladly invite them onto this absolute fortress over here. There we go. That should be more than enough for Tirhut, but I'll grab the other part as well. I'll de-siege this while I'm at it. Money, another humiliate, war reps, and alliances. I think that'll be fine. Now that we outnumber the enemy, this should be relatively easy. Alright, come on, stack wipe, come on, stack wipe. Let's get there on time, please. Beautiful. Maybe back to their capital. Yep, there it is. Alright, we should be able to win. So let's send these guys over to here. And siege that down first. Actually, how about we do something like this? There we go. Now, we don't have much manpower, so this will likely be the last war we can do, especially since we have, like, you know, 2 years left. Well, let's pull the spy network in here, too. I don't need this one anymore. Another stab hit for blaming the king. Everyone likes to blame the king these days. What did he even do? He invaded people. He formed Nepal. Isn't that supposed to be good? And now we wait. I could take this tech, absolutely, but I kind of want to dev the capital. Even if it's garbage. We don't have time, and I kind of want to try and get Renaissance. Alright, we're in the final year here. We're just going to grab this fort and peace out. Let's see, war reps. Take a little bit of cash, alliance, rivalry. And he can leave. And as for our main adversary here, I would like to full annex you. Because, well, we have claims, so it counts. There we go, let me take that. And we don't have that many points, but with whatever we have left, I'd like to swap this to defensive, sorry, not defensive. Encourage development here. I'd like to try and dev the capital, no matter how, well, relatively difficult it's going to be. So this will probably cost us around 2,200 total points, which, if you haven't noticed, we don't exactly have. But who knows, maybe we can cause a miracle to happen, or something like that. Maybe if I get enough free points somehow between now and December, then we'll be good. Doesn't really look like it, though. So now that it's December, let's go ahead and dev all this up. As well as picking a new rival. Alright, so 1.6 thousand is not really going to be enough for us, but we're going to do what we can. Start off by spending a bit of this, and then a bit of this. Let's go back and forth on these two. And spam up a little bit between these two. So, you know, we're not exactly at the Renaissance mark here, but we did create a massively developed capital. We have 3 level 1 advisors. We have an okay army. We're coring 3 things, and a missionary is finishing his job. So, oh, we've just been warned by Jaunpur. I don't think we're gonna live very long then, are we? We started off as Limbuwan. We formed Nepal. We conquered a bunch of stuff. We became about 77 dev, and maybe the AI might be intelligent enough to finish off the Renaissance, but I kind of doubt that. So, anyways, that's going to be the end of this nation, and it's probably going to be the end of the first episode too. We're going to have maybe 2 nations per episode. It's possible that if a nation is super complicated, as they will be later on, we might just have to drop that to 1 nation per episode, or maybe even 2 episodes per nation. But for now, I hope that you enjoyed this concept revived from the past. This is Quarbit signing off, hoping you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And as always, have a fantastic day. I would like to give a quick thank you to all of the patrons for the month of January, especially those we have starting in the general tier: Quiet Guy, Brennan Arsenault, Ben Greenhagen, Torvald, Farron, Brumant, Natsuki, and Dire Avenger. Those we have in the Prince tier: Snow Raven and Rockbox 2020. In the King tier, we have Chewy Shoot. In the Elector tier, we have TFLJ Martis. And in the Conqueror of Worlds tier, we have The Watcher. Thank you guys so much for your pledges, it really does mean a lot to me, and I can't possibly thank you enough.